Hello, and welcome back to another Chris McPherson Show World Cup Daily for the 16th of February. And wow, there's plenty to unpack after some massive games overnight. Some big games to come with some serious permutations and a little bit of news sprinkled in there too from around the cricketing world. If you want to stay up to date with all of your cricketing and other sports content, make sure to hit subscribe. Give us a like on the video as well, would be greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comments and let us know what your key takeaways are, who you think is going to miss out on the Super 8s in the World Cup, what you think about the other breaking news and pieces of information we drop as well. And just let us know in general what you think about the show. And of course, if you want to catch all your sports shorts, snippets around the sporting landscape, you can find those on our social media channels at The Chris Mack Show. Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. We're on there across all of them, different levels of activities, different bits of content, so make sure to head across to all. But let's have a look into today's recaps, reviews, and previews, plus a little bit of news. Let's get started, and let's start with Nepal versus the West Indies. And the Windies, a big 9-wicket win in this one. The Windies set the tone early. The pitch looked a little bit damper and tackier, and they used it perfectly. Power play damage was absolutely inflicted as Nepal stumbled their way to 22 for 3, the lowest power play score by any team so far in this T20 World Cup. Again, Hussain was owning the deliveries. He got hold of Bertel, dismissing him for the fourth time in 4 T20 innings versus each other, Akil Hussain. And we had Ford swinging it, seaming it, removing Pordell and continuing to dominate, while Holder struck first ball, Nepal losing 2 wickets in 7 balls without scoring, which set the tone for that crumble. The Nepalese did certainly fight back. Irie with 58 was gritty. Sompal Kami added some late punch, a nice 54-run stand off 26 deliveries between those two. That as Jason Holder closed it out with 4 for 27, including a last ball wicket to have Nepal 8 for 133. The West Indies, their chase, they were steady early. King was out in the power play, but it never felt like it was a real contest. Shai Hope's 61 not out, finding form at last. Shimron Hetmeyer keeping the pedal down with 46 not out. They win it in the 16th over, plenty of breathing room, and they continue to march on towards the Super 8s with another win here, this time by 9 wickets. On to our second game, and it was Namibia versus the USA. And the USA is starting to show that they're continuing to emerge. 199 for 4, beating Namibia by 31 runs, keeping their Super 8s dream alive, and that net run rate boost could matter as well, depending on how the standings play out. For the USA, their innings, Monank set the tempo with 52 and crosses 1,000 T20 international runs, the first USA player to do so. He did get a life on 0 with a chance spilled and made Namibia pay with a 27-ball half-century. Namibia did pull it back, though, as USA was slow through the middle overs, and then the finish got wild. Krishna Murthy, 68 not out, his maiden T20 International 50, 4 fours, 6 sixes, a final surge of 83 runs off the last 6 overs, including a chaotic over with a drop catch and the no ball. Seeing USA set a target of 200 for Namibia, a big target for anyone, but this Namibia side just couldn't really launch as well as they should have. Steenkamp got them off to a start. They were 57 for 1 after the power play, but it still felt like they had a lot of work to do. Once Steenkamp fell for 58, the asking rate climbed. The USA seamers squeezed in on the Namibian side, and they just didn't have the late fireworks to pull off what would have been the biggest ever chase by the Namibian side. Van Skolwyk picked up another 2 wickets to keep his wicket-leading momentum rolling as he sits atop of the pops for the leading wicket takers in the World Cup so far. The USA chalk another win, and as I said, keep those Super 8 hopes alive. And last but not least, when it comes to the recaps, India versus Pakistan, the big rivalry, the big game. Fair to say, in some elements, it was a little anticlimactic. But something that was a climax, Ishan Kishan, 77th of 40, on a surface that made batting look difficult as an understatement. It was almost spin glue. Pakistan sent India in and then bowled 18 overs of spin because of how tacky it was. But India, some surprise moves. They paid off and they absolutely went well. Salman Agha opened the bowling. He got Abhishek Sharma out for a duck. But then Ishan Kishan said, not today. I'm stepping up and this is where I dominate. Quick hands, a low base, and played that surface better than anyone. He took hold of the spin early, including a first ball sweep 6 when he took on Abra, and owned the power play. India 52 for 1 at the end of the power play. Kishan brings up his 50 off 27 deliveries, then keeps striking through the middle while everyone else was making it look like a grind. Kishan is so far ahead of the conditions and the rest of the India plus extras that he scored just 98 off 80. The last wobble, Ayub got some late wickets to really tone India back. 3 for 25 with Tilak gone, Hardik gone. But India still get to a total that felt a little above par on this deck with 175 for 7. In the Pakistan chase, India ripped in early. Hardik Pandya, Jasprit Bumrah rip out the top. Pakistan 34 for 4, inside 5 overs, and you felt that it was over before it began. Usman's 44 shows some class and intent briefly, but just to make it maybe potentially interesting. But India's attack, so many weapons, so many strings to their bows. Bumrah, Varun Chakravarti, Axar Patel, Hardik Pandya, all chipping in. India make it 8-1 against Pakistan in T20 World Cup, seal their advancement to the Super 8s, and it is their biggest T20 international win versus Pakistan, winning by 61 runs as they bowl them out for 114. Advantage India, Pakistan with their backs against the wall and work to do if they want to qualify from here. That brings us on to the breaking news, and Amelia Kerr has been named the New Zealand captain in all formats, taking over from Sophie Devine. And her first assignment is going to be a home one-day and T20 international series versus Zimbabwe later this month. She's 25, but already so much experience. She's a double threat, plenty of runs, plenty of wickets across both formats. And New Zealand's squads for that series will be named on February 20th that she will lead, with the T20s starting February 25th in Hamilton. A big congratulations to Amelia Kerr. I think that this is going to be setting up New Zealand's women's cricket for a long and successful period over the next decade or so that she may well continue. Next up, our previews for the matches to come. 3 big games to dig into. Let's start with Afghanistan versus the UAE. Both of these sides are basically in needing a miracle territory. Afghanistan need to respond after that double super over heartbreak versus South Africa that could have absolutely changed their fortunes. Afghanistan do have the head-to-head edge over the United Arab Emirates, 11-3 in T20s, but they've got no margin left. They've got to win, and they've got to win big. The UAE, meanwhile, will come in with their tails up after they beat Canada in Delhi, and they now know the venue. They're comfortable with it. The players to watch, Ibrahim Zadran. He needs to lift his output for Afghanistan. They need his anchor role to not only sit there and settle, but they need him to be able to hurt teams by going big. And on the other side, Sohaib Khan coming off a match and momentum changing 50. He is the United Arab Emirates X factor if this becomes a chase. It's a day game. There's likely to be a bit of early moisture. Bowling first would probably be attractive on this one in Delhi. It's going to be interesting. Afghanistan will head in as favourites, as we said, with that 11-3 head-to-head, but the UAE certainly shouldn't be counted out. Next up, we've got England versus Italy, and on paper, it's a reset game for England. But in this tournament, absolutely nothing can be taken for granted and nothing is automatic. Italy are playing with genuine freedom. That 10-wicket demolition of Nepal changed the whole vibe around them. And remembering, Nepal took England to the brink early in the tournament. England's issue, they look like they're caught between making a decision between aggression and recklessness, especially versus spin. They don't look comfortable, they don't look settled, and there seems to be some challenges. Key spotlights, Josh Buttler needs a proper statement innings for the English side. Starts have been there. The control hasn't yet for him. What can he conjure here against Amino in Italy? It might be the chance for him to really step up. For Italy, Krishan Kalyamagaj. Quality leg spin and nothing to lose mindset is exactly the type that can crack through this England team, mess with their heads, and throw a cat amongst the wolves. Pair it up with the miserly bowling of Ben Menenti as well, and this could be something that applies some pressure to this English side. Eden Gardens will have runs on offer if you play straight, but cross-bat versus spin is a real risk. We'll see how it plays out. England, very warm favourites, but Italy with absolutely nothing to lose. And last, Australia taking on Sri Lanka. There is no way of understating this. Australia's World Cup is on the line after that loss to Zimbabwe. Lose again, and it's basically miracle maths and relying on results territory. The Zimbabwe loss has raised multiple alarms. The first of those, the strike bowling of Australia. Just 2 wickets taken against Zimbabwe, and the batting depth. No one was able to cash in outside of Matthew Renshaw when it mattered and their backs were against the wall. Sri Lanka come in a solid spot. Batting has found its rhythm. Mendis, Rathnayake, Shanaka all showing punch. Bowling still has that world-class control through Theekshana, plus variation options around him, but can go to another level. The matchups and levers here will be interesting in this head-to-head clash. As I said, so much on the line for Australia. They're going to have to work out how to take on Wellalarge versus the Aussie right-handers. Left arm spin has bothered Australia at times, but they need to take it on and counterpunch. For Australia, Tim David needs a defining innings. He's short on match time after that injury, and he got out early last game. We need to see more from that Aussie top order. Selection watch. Their captain in Mitch Marsh, his fitness, it's massive. If he's in, someone important will sit. Will he be ready to go? Will he not? Does he get ruled out? Does Steve Smith come in? So many questions. Sri Lanka, they're going to be juggling balance. Do they stick with Hamantha? Do they add in Madishan or reshuffle with Charith Azalanka? The conditions look better for batting than Premadasa, and Dew could play a part late. Australia need a clean power play with the bat and early wickets with the ball, because Sri Lanka will not give you a second chance here, and you won't get another reset after this game if you drop. Well, that's your daily dose for today, the 16th of February. All done, all dusted. Make sure to let us know in the comment who's under more pressure from here. Is it Australia in their clash with Sri Lanka, or are England the Smokies to get knocked off by the resurgent Italy? A game that would normally be associated with a football World Cup, not a cricket World Cup. But make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it around as well to all your cricket-loving friends. And we look forward to catching you in the next video here on your home of the Black and White of Sports. No grey opinions, the Chris McPherson Show.